On Thursday, June 6th, we have a new moon in Gemini. But what does that mean? Hi, my name is Cara, and this is Float Activity. This is where I bridge the gap between productivity and spirituality so that you can achieve your goals. So let's dive in. When I talk about the new moon and the full moon, I want you to know that building your ritual should be a subjective, personal action of love towards what you're wanting to cultivate. Now, I like to break down the idea of the moon, and I use my resources that I've published and created to help people like me who want to learn about the energy but have a hard time retaining the knowledge. So, the resources that I create are something for you to look at and reference when you're trying to understand the energy of the moon. Now, there are astrologers who take into play the energy of the different planetary placements and the aspects, and that is not what this is. This is a way that we can make the moon's energy simple and easy to understand so that we can use it towards our goals and manifest all the things that we desire. Manifestation isn't just think about it and it happens. It's where we get an idea and we set the intention of the energy that we want. And then we begin to create a plan on how we can bring this energy into our life, and we do it, and then we refine it, and then we reflect on it. So there's different energetic phases of working towards goals and incorporating that manifestation energy. And that's what this is about. So let's dive in and begin our new moon in Gemini ritual together. I want this to be a little bit more of an interactive experience. My old videos were very informational, and now I want to bring you along in when I'm using the moon's energy into getting clear on what I want and desire. And this new moon in Gemini is a perfect opportunity for us to do this together. So, first things first for me, I always love a beverage. I have my coffee, I also have my water. That is how I incorporate the water elements. The next thing, I am an Aries sun, a Leo rising, and I need to have some fire. When it comes to my moon rituals, I love candles. I make my own so that I can have an abundance of them. And so I love to incorporate that. Before recording this video, I did a walking grounding meditation for the earth energy. And then, of course, Gemini is air. That's about communication, words. That is why this is important for me to do this video for you so that I'm using my voice, talking things through. This could look like you using a voice diary. This could be talking with a friend. So think about how you can use your communication, the air, the words, into helping you cultivate the energy that you want to embody during this new moon in Gemini. Now I'm going to use my published resources to talk you through the energy of this moon. I'm someone that doesn't remember things easily, but I want to be able to easily reference the energy and the concept of what this actually means. And so I'm going to introduce you to one. I have my Manifesting with the Moon printed journal from Amazon. I also have the printables on my website. But the one thing about this is there's cheat sheets in the back that talk about the zodiac signs, that talk about the float activity. That's where you bridge the idea of spirituality and productivity using the zodiac signs towards your dreams and desires. I talk about the modality and the elements, the house systems. So if you're looking for something that's easy to be able to reference these concepts, these energies, this is a breakdown of using the moon phases towards your goals. But what I'm going to use right now is my 2024 interactive moon calendar. And so this is a visual interactive experience to help you through using the moon's energy, understanding what it means, and then using it towards your dreams and goals. So let's dive in. We are going to use the 2024 interactive calendar. I'm going to go to June. We are going to go to Thursday, June 6th. As you can see, there is a new moon symbol. So we have this new moon in Gemini. The element is air. The modality is mutable. Let's talk about the energy. What I've put in this interactive calendar is that the new moon in Gemini is a cosmic invitation to embrace our curiosity and unlock the power of versatility within us. This is guided by Mercury's influences, the communication aspect. This amplifies our communication abilities and sparks an interest for diverse experiences. So it's time to lean into our intellectual exploration, engaging with new ideas, and connecting with others on multiple levels. This event is a catalyst for fresh starts and mental agility. It encourages us to set intentions aligned with our hunger for knowledge and adaptability. Embracing change becomes a pathway for growth, empowering us to embrace diverse perspectives, communicate our thoughts with clarity, navigate uncharted territories of possibility. This new moon in Gemini is to inspire the expansion of our minds. If you're new here, I sent out an email last week talking about how I'm putting my podcast and YouTube on pause. But here I am doing a video about the new moon in Gemini. This new moon in Gemini is inspiring me to put the things that feel like a burden on pause so that I can allow the new ideas and the expansion to come through me instead of being so busy with the other things that I have on my plate. I am a Gemini moon, so this feels really, really personal for me. I want to talk about how we can use this new moon in Gemini for you. So let's break down the energy of Gemini, and then we're going to talk about where in your chart and how you'll be affected. So when we talk about air and mutable, air is about ideas, communication, being social and curious. And then we have the mutable. It's being flexible, adaptable, helpful, versatile. Think about that energy. And then when we talk about the different area of life, think about how you can bring that energy into your life. I want you to pull up your natal chart, and I want you to look where 16 degrees in Gemini falls in your chart. You are going to follow it all the way into the center, and this is the house or the area of life that you will be affected. If this new moon in Gemini is in your first house, this is thinking about yourself, your identity, your authenticity, and your leadership values. If it's in your second house, this is more about your values, your productivity, your desires, your self-worth. If this is in your third house, this is about how you communicate, your knowledge, your social networking. If this is in your fourth house, you are going to consider bringing this energy into your home, family, roots, long-term security. If this is your fifth house, this is about pleasure, fun, creativity, inner child. If this is your sixth house, how can you bring this energy into your health, wellness, routines, and rituals? If this is in your seventh house, this is about relationships, partnerships, enemies, one-on-one work. If this is your eighth house, this is about transformation, finances, intuition, and shadow work. If this is in your ninth house, this is going to be about wisdom, higher education, exploration, and self-discovery. This is in my 10th house, and so this is about my public image, career, and higher calling. If this is your 11th house, this is about humanity, friendship, and community outreach. And lastly, if this is in your 12th house, this is about healing, subconscious, spirituality, and higher purpose. This is where I like to manifest with the moon. Ultimately, my message about putting everything on pause is very on point about being in my 10th house. I want to be adaptable on what comes to me. And when I have this rigid structure of trying to create content that's not feeling resonant with me right now, it's not allowing the great divine influence and downloads that I've been wanting. So how do you use this in working towards your goals? It's getting clear on what the element and the modality is so you can understand the energy. It's about setting the intention, and the intention for a new moon is self-discovery and unleashing your untapped potential. It's setting new intentions and chasing your dreams. From there, it's the energy that you want to embody. A good way to do that is using the zodiac sign. And so Gemini is being a flexible communicator, And then I like to understand what the productivity of that zodiac is. The productivity for Gemini is network strategy, content creation, research resources, collaboration, mastermind, and self investment. And then it's creating your ritual. I like to include all the elements into my ritual, but with air, it's up to you on how you want to communicate what you want. It's getting clear on the house and area of life that you're going to be affected. I hope this helps you manifest your desires, get clear on how you should use the moon's energy towards your dreams and goals. Now it's time for a reading, and I'm going to do it a little differently than I normally do. So normally I pull the cards and then I talk about each card in question afterwards. And I'm going to just dive right into it and allow it to all merge together. I'm trying different things, so I would always love your feedback in the comments. Send me an email because I do this for you. This is community and I want us to engage in this together. So all feedback that's constructive is welcome. What energy is going to help us connect with our intuition? All right, so we have the energy of lake and stillness, and then whale and breach. So what I'm getting with this is, oh yeah, okay. So what I'm getting with this is we need to make sure that we're incorporating stillness into our day. That's usually the case. When we need to connect with our intuition, how are we sitting and listening to it without any sort of outside influences or overwhelming of other stimulation, whether it's noises, whether it's feelings. And so when we do that, when we connect with the high priestess, so we have lake and stillness, we have whale and breach. And so when we sit with that, our intuition will come speak to us, but it's a relationship that we need to build with. And it's learning how to trust yourself a little bit more. When we take that time, especially on a daily basis, we have the 9 of Cups. So our wishes will come true. We will reach towards the things that we want and desire. It's meant for us. We just need to sit and listen. And so sometimes, a lesson that I'm dealing with right now, sometimes we keep ourselves so busy that we're not allowing the time to come within and listen and have that stillness. And so this new moon is calling for that for all of us. The next question is, what energy will help us overcome our obstacles? It's too many. I need to take a few deep breaths. For me, when a bunch of cards come out, it's like overwhelming energy. So it's taking a breath, slowing it down. Okay. Well, is this message for me or is it for all of us? Okay. We have communion. It's knowing that we have a special relationship with spirit, and that spirit will speak to us. And when we listen, there is a rebirth on the cusp here. When we allow that to come in, we become emotionally balanced with this King of Cups here. And it's really important for us to ground into being emotionally balanced. So what are the tools and the toolkits that we're using to help us become emotionally balanced? For me, it's the awareness of the emotion, it's sitting with the emotion, and then whether I go for a walk to kind of process it or I journal, it's just starting with the awareness is really important. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, and that is being overcommitted, being disorganized. A lot of why I put my stuff on pause was because I really felt like I needed to organize my house. And so maybe this message is encouraging you to think about how can you be more organized. Something personal for me is I kept thinking like I need a bigger house or I need a house with more storage. And that's just not in the cards for me right now. And so I went through and I was able to figure out constructive, inexpensive ways to create more storage in my house. So we have more control over the things that are making us feel stuck. that we can actually turn it into our favor and use it for our advantage. And yeah, we can do it. We can fix the issue. It's just how can we do it in a way that's empowering for us. So think about that. What energy will help you embody your intention? Okay. Well, yeah. So we have fire and passion. We have lightning and power. So I think what's coming through is you're underestimating the power that you have. And so I'm hoping this time of stillness, too many cards, so I'm not taking it, but the Wheel of Fortune did come out. Embody your intentions. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yep, that got real clear here. All right, so you have passion, you have power. I think you're underestimating what that really means. Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And so I think you're worried about when the wealth comes in, how you're going to react to it. Or that there's some sort of feeling like you're financially at a loss or there's not much stability. But that being said, I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune making its appearance, but still in the cusp of being too many cards, is that there's going to be, with the Four of Wands, there's going to be a celebration, a harmony. You're going to feel like your foundations are stable with the Devil when you allow yourself to sit with your shadow self, not judge your shadow self, not change your shadow self. Just really truly sit with it and reflect on the type of behavior that makes you go into like, destructiveness or whatever's coming through, the codependency, or not taking accountability for your actions, trying to blame certain situations on other people when it's actually you're doing the same thing. So it's just being aware of the shadow self without judgment, give it space, nurture it, and then use it as a lesson. Use it as an opening chapter of your next steps of, I don't want to do this anymore. So how can I do it differently? And that's the beautiful thing about lessons. Confirmation burp. This is going to help you embody your intentions because this judgment of your shadow self and being stuck in the shadow self is what's stopping you from being able to do that. So what energy is going to help you strategize? Yes. Okay, so we have island, solitude, ocean, ebb and flow. So some sort of water element needs to come into your life. Bath, visit the ocean, go to a lake, whatever that may be. Bring water into your life. And it's having the solitude, allowing yourself to sit with your divine wisdom because hey, I'm not sure what happened to the other part of this question and reading. We were talking about solitude, islands, we have the ebb and flow of the ocean. And what's coming through with this is when you are able to strategize, you will be calm. You will have the faith, the renewal. It's all positivity, it's good fortune. And when you do that, it's going to come quickly with the Chariot. So having that connection with yourself, being alone, allowing your energy to ebb and flow, honor that, and action, integration, and the courage, it's all going to come in so quickly. The last question is, what energy will help you connect with your higher alignment? Yeah. All right. Too many cards again. I only do 3 is usually my max of cards for one question. Yep. Okay. The message is really on point here. So we have shaman, ancient healing wisdom, and then we have winter solstice, which is reflection. I'll show you them in a minute. So we have shaman, ancient healing wisdom. This is you. You have the ancient healing wisdom within you. Are you leaving time for that reflection aspect? So in the last quarter, in winter, in your menstruation, there's a time for you to sit and reflect and allow yourself to not be busy. Are you allowing that time? We have the hermit. Same thing. Are you allowing yourself the soul searching, introspection, being alone, allowing your inner guidance to come through? Are you giving your power away to other people instead of listening within yourself? It's because with the Seven of Swords, it's feeling like you're losing control. Seven of Swords in reverse is making you feel like you're losing control and that it's ultimately deception against your inner wisdom. I feel like I need one more card to close this out. What energy will help you connect with your higher alignment? Okay, so we have Seven of Wands upright. It's mastery, it's perseverance. You can work through it because with the Six of Cups, it's having the balance, the harmony, the empathy, making sure that you have joy in your life and not looking so much outside of yourself, of the wealth or checking things off the box. It's you really being able to sit and live within that joy, having happy memories instead of just trying to push through and make it to the next aspect, incorporating maybe those childhood activities that you love to do to bring that nostalgia and that joy back into your life. And that's going to help you connect with that higher alignment. Powerful reading, as always. I can always feel your energy. I know this is meant for you. I appreciate you being here. Make sure you are subscribing. Tell me in the comments what house this new moon is affecting you. I just want to let you know how much I appreciate you being here. I know I said I was putting my YouTube on pause, but these type of messages, this type of content feels really good to me. I can show up intuitively and provide any guidance energetically to help you use this energy of the new moon. I usually say my outro here, but let's just keep the flow going. Again, thank you so much. I appreciate your time and your energy in these readings. Don't forget to subscribe and tell me in the comments what house this new moon is affecting you. Until next time, we'll chat soon and see you in the next adventure.